All right, hi friends. Welcome to your Vinyasa practice. We're going to switch gears just a little bit here for the next month. We have been working a lot on our front body, mainly hip flexor and our ability to reach our arms around in this 360-degree motion. So lots of mobility in that way. And so we're going to focus this month on all that range of motion in the hips that we did in the shoulders. So not just the front of the hip flexors, but that 360 degree, because it is a ball and socket joint range of motion. And so if you do have some yoga blocks, you could grab, or pillows, or a couple of hardback books of the same size. Those props might come in handy today. I will meet you on your mat. On your back, I'm a little chilly, so I'm like just drinking my tea and in my fall clothes. We're going to take our knees wide, soles of the feet together, and I'm going to take my yoga blocks to the outer edges of my knees because I haven't done this yet today, so my hips might be a little tight. And then we'll just lay down on our backs and we'll have a few rounds of breath to start our practice. If you're wondering how many animals I have, it's 4. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Yes, it's a zoo. And they like to practice yoga. Okay, so if you're not there already, let's lay down on our backs. Take the soles of your feet together, your knees wide. Relax your shoulders down your back. Maybe you're supporting the outer edges of the knees or the thighs with a prop. I have my blocks there. Just take a hand to the belly, take a hand to the heart, and take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Nice long breath out through the mouth. And we'll do that about 3 more times. Big breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more time here, bringing your awareness to the sensation in your hips, your inner thighs, your low back. Notice how that area of the body feels right now in this shape. And then let's reach down with the hands. We'll take the hands to the outer edges of the thighs, help the knees come back together. Keep your knees bent, but walk your feet wide on your mat, and then just start to sway the knees side to side with those knees. And again, here too, you're noticing how that feels around your hip, inner and outer edge of the hip, front of the hip, the low back certainly connects to the hip complex. One more time, right side and left side. Good. And then hug those knees into the chest. Keep rocking side to side. Let's see if we can reach up for happy baby. So you can bring your feet a little bit closer, take your knees wide towards your armpit. Maybe you're reaching for the soles of your feet, the outer edges of your feet. You could certainly also just grab onto the calf muscles or the backs of the knees. If you do need to lift up through your head and your shoulders to catch a hold of the legs, that's fine, but do try to let the shoulders and the back of the head come back down to the floor. Take a deep breath in here. Nice long breath out. We're going to keep our right foot in happy baby and then extend that left leg out long. If that's too much to extend that left leg out long, feel free to bend that left knee and plant the foot. Either way, you're trying to keep your right leg in half happy baby. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Now listen, we're going to come into rotation. So the left hand is going to grab the outer right knee. You're going to reach your right arm across to the right side and roll onto your left hip. So you're coming out of your half happy baby. You're using your left hand to pull your right knee into a twist. You're rolling onto your left hip, stretching your right arm wide off to the right side. Just a little bit of rotation here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's return to our full happy baby. So hug both knees into the chest. Again, you can reach up for the feet or the calves or the backs of the knees. Try to stay relaxed in your upper body, grounded through your shoulders. Feel free to rock that happy baby side to side a few times. Feel free to explore. We're going to keep our left foot in happy baby, extend the right leg out long, and again, option to keep the right knee bent and foot planted if it's too much to extend through that leg. But that's just giving you information about the hip flexor on your right side. A little bit of information there. Typically, it's the hip flexor or the inner groin, the adductor, that's tight and inhibiting that range of motion with the leg extended. Take one more wrench. One more wrench. Don't take any wrenches to yourself, please. But let's take one more breath. Okay. Our right hand is going to grab that outer left knee. You're going to let go of the foot and extend your left arm wide off to the left side as you pull your legs into this rotation, rolling all the way onto your right hip. Stay open through your chest. Two breaths here. Mind, we'll come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. Start to rock and roll the length of your mat. Forward to a seat, all the way back, 2 or 3 times. And then we're going to come into tabletop, hands on our blocks if we have them. And again, you could always use hardback books of similar shapes and sizes. It's just an option. You really don't have to have it, but it's a nice to have because it makes the arms longer, which allows your chest to stay nice and open and the spine to stay nice and long. Let's extend the right leg back behind us. Press down into the ball end of that right foot. Press the right heel back so your right foot is still grounded. Now we're going to add some bird dog. So we're going to float that right leg off the floor. Keep those right toes dialing down. Extend your left arm forward. Big breath in, reach, reach, reach. Stay nice and long through the back of the neck. And then we'll exhale, we'll curl, we'll round in. Left knee taps, left elbow taps right knee. Inhale, re-extend the limbs. Exhale, curl and tap. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, curl and tap. And then re-extend your right leg. Pause there. Bend your right knee, sole of the right foot towards the ceiling. Maybe you come up onto your fingertips, the right hand fingertips, and then see if you can sweep your left hand back. You might be able to catch a hold of the inner right ankle. And it's okay if you don't make that hand to foot connection. I still want you to bend the right knee. I still want you to reach the left hand back. And that's going to be your shape. Just engaging the leg muscles, the hamstrings and glute in particular. If you do have a hold of the foot, kick the foot into the hand. Stay nice and broad across the chest. Deep breath in. And then exhale, get nice and long through the right leg, left arm, stretch it forward. And replace left palm, right knee. Take a moment to sit the hips back into your child's pose. You could take the arms wider off of the mat. Nice big V shape with the upper body as you relax your forehead down towards the floor. We'll take 2 breaths here, and then we'll head off to our second side. One more breath in your child's pose. Come forward. Let's meet back in our tabletop shape. If we're using our blocks, our hands are on our blocks. Extend the left foot behind you. Take a moment to press down into the ball mound of the left foot. Press the heel bone back. And notice how the spine is nice and long here. See if you can keep that as you float the left foot off the floor. So oftentimes what happens is we really want to lift that left leg high to the detriment of our low back. So see if you can keep the tailbone tucked, low back nice and long, and then extend the right arm forward. Big breath in, keep pressing the floor away with that left arm, right knee. And on your exhale, we'll curl, we'll round, we'll tap right elbow to left knee. Inhale, extend, get long. Exhale, round out, tap elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Extend the left leg all the way back behind you. You can reset your hands if you need. Bend the left knee, sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Reach the right hand back. And again, maybe you're just reaching. Maybe the hand and the foot don't even get anywhere close to touching. That is okay, I promise. You're still really doing a lot of good work. If the foot and the hand connect, then I want you to stay active here. I want you to keep pressing the floor away with that left hand. I want you to kick the foot into the hand and then try to turn the chest forward. Wherever you are, one more breath. Re-extend left leg, re-extend right arm, and then plant the hand in the knee, child's pose. 2 breaths. Nice big V shape with the arms. Arms are wide. All right, back to your tabletop shape. One more variation here. This is going to be a side plank variation. Right leg extends back. Left toes swivel behind you, maybe even off the mat. Sole of the right foot swivels down to the floor. Right arm reaches high towards the ceiling. You're in a side plank variation. Your left knee is helping you open the right shoulder, right hip towards the ceiling. You're pressing the floor away with that left hand, so you're really active through what's in contact with the floor. Now flex your right toes towards the face. Lift your right leg off the ground. Bend the right knee. Reach the right arm back. Maybe you catch a hold of the ankle. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're just reaching your hand back. Maybe you're hugging that right heel bone in towards your glute. Lots of benefits to just even if you can catch a hold, maybe try it without and just see how much of the muscle has to work to create that action. Oftentimes when we take binds and use our external levers with our hands, we get kind of lazy, right? So try it without maybe. Inhale, re-extend those arms and legs. And then back to your tabletop. All right, left leg extended back behind you. Spin that left foot flat, swivel those right toes behind you off the mat maybe, even that'll help with your balance here. And then you're rolling that left shoulder on top of right shoulder, reaching that left arm high up towards the ceiling. Now start to flex the toes towards the face on that left foot and float the foot off the ground. Get really long here through your torso. Now bend the knee, heel bone towards the glute. Left arm can reach back, and maybe this is where you stay. And if you want to see if you can catch a hold of the ankle, totally fine. But stay active in that shape. Kick the foot into the hand. Press the floor away with the right hand that's on the block. Let's take one more breath here. If your hip flexors are starting to feel kind of spicy, you're doing it right. Re-extend the limbs. And then back to your tabletop shape. All right. We can slide those blocks out of the way unless you like to use them in your down dog. By all means, go ahead. But we're going to tuck our toes under here, lift our hips high, pedal out the feet, bend the knees right and left, downward facing dog. Exploration. Relax your head here. Let the back of the neck be nice and long. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Right knee, settle it down to the mat. Heel toe your right foot wide. So you have a wide-legged low lunge. And then I want you to just kind of wobble side to side here, wobble side to side. So moving your hips right to left. Shift the body weight into the inner and outer edge of your right foot, which is the foot that is forward. You can start to shift the body weight into the right hand and the left hand even. If it feels accessible to you already, you could walk down onto the forearms and the elbows, but don't push it first time here. And we're going to come back again. Wherever you are, breathe. One more breath. Tuck those back toes, lift the back knee. And then we're going to step this left foot forward towards the top of our mat. And we're going to settle into our first Malasana squat. So left foot forward, top of the mat, toes turn out to the sides. If you have those props nearby, you could gather a block or two underneath the sits bones. You could also roll the top edge of your yoga mat up and then set your heel bones on top of that, so that if the range of motion in the ankles isn't quite where you want it to be today, that's just a little hack to get the heel bones grounded. So see if you can kind of let your hips be heavy. Use your triceps to press your knees wide. Get nice and long through the chest and the neck. Nice and tall through the crown of the head. That's just a fancy way to say the top of the head, where your crown would sit as you're a prince or princess. All right, one more breath in. And then we're going to come into a forward fold from here. So reach your arms forward, lift your hips high, straighten out through your legs, turn your toes forward, heel toe your feet right underneath your hips. You can use your hands on your blocks here. Maybe turn them up to the high setting if you have them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Use the core strength of the body to do that. And then exhale, forward fold. We're stepping back into our downward facing dog. Step back into your downward facing dog. Right foot, then left foot, bend the knees right and left. Second time here. Notice how it feels. Relax your head, let it be heavy. Maybe a few pulses, the chest back towards the upper thighs. One more breath in your downward facing dog, and then we'll move through that little exercise on our left side. Next breath in, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your left foot forward, top of the mat, settle your right knee down. Heel toe your left foot out to the left side of your mat. You can bring your hands on top of your blocks or your books. And then start to wobble the hips side to side. You're shifting the weight to the inner and outer edge of your left foot. And then if it's there, if it's feeling like something you want to explore, you can always come down to your forearms and your elbows. But again, try not to push it too far. Try to stay within the edges of your body. One more breath here. We're going to walk back up to the hands. We're down onto those elbows. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. The right foot is going to step forward outside of the right hand, and then we'll settle back into our Malasana squat. And again, you can use blocks here, books here, if you'd like to. You could try the rolling of the yoga mat over for the heel bones to rest onto. Don't be afraid to try things in your practice. Let's take a nice deep breath in, get tall through your spine, give a little pressure with the triceps to the inner thighs. And then we'll come into our forward fold. We'll reach those hands forward, lift those hips high. If you're using blocks, bring them underneath your hands, bring your feet to parallel. Inhale, halfway lift here, use the core muscles. Exhale, forward fold, relax the head. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to step back into our high plank shape. Pause in that high plank, shift forward to the tippy toes. We're going to come into our side plank option for the variation of the left knee down to the mat. So you could take the left knee down, spin the right foot flat, send the right arm high. You can also keep the left foot extended back and stagger the feet as you reach that right arm high. Try to either way squeeze your inner thighs together, even if you're in that supported variation, and press the pelvis forward. Let's come back to our high plank or supported plank, so you can always set those knees down, and then we'll switch sides. We're going to extend the left leg back. The right knee is either grounded or the right foot is extending back, stacked or staggered, as the left arm reaches high. Think about squeezing the inner thighs towards each other, even if they don't touch, even if you're in the supported variation. One more breath here. Back to our high plank or supported plank. Shift forward onto those tippy toes. Let's lower to the belly. Stretch the arms back behind you. We're coming into a Shavasana, Locust Pose variation. So stretch those arms back behind you. Palms are facing the floor. Press down into your finger pads. Inhale, lift the chest, the head, stretch the feet up and back. Pause here, deep breath in. Squeeze the whole back body. Exhale back to the floor. Inhale, this time we're going to add the arms. So stretch up and back. Stretch the arms up and back as well. So fingertips are still reaching back towards the feet, but this time palms face each other. And if it's there for you, you can interlace the fingers to the webbing, stretch the knuckles down towards the heel bones. Maybe get one more rib off the floor. Exhale all the way back to the floor. Release the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Let's prepare for that reverse push-up. So engage those leg muscles. Squeeze the elbows in. Tuck the tailbone under. Deep breath in. Everything's tight. Exhale, press up to your high plank or supported plank. Lift those hips high, downward facing dog. Pause here, 2 breaths. Relax your head. Relax your head. So everything we did on our hands and our knees and our stomach and our back is going to help prepare us for what we're doing next in our standing balancing shapes. We'll inhale, stretch the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot forward and through the hands. Spin your left heel a little bit more flat, about a 45-degree angle. Bend into that right knee. Rise up to warrior one. So in our warrior one, the big difference between warrior one and warrior two is the position in the feet and the position in the shoulders. In our warrior one, our shoulders are pointing straight forward. Our pelvis is kind of at a 45-degree angle out to the side. It's matching the direction of your back foot. Sweep your arms forward and up. Take a deep breath in here. See if you can bend a little bit more deeply into your right knee. And then exhale, straighten out through your right leg. Bring your hands forward, maybe down to blocks. We're going to frame out our right foot. So see if you can find a halfway lift here. Come up onto your fingertips. Halfway lift, nice and long through the spine. Exhale, forward fold over that right leg. Position of the feet haven't changed. The footprint of warrior one remains the same. All right. Okay, I'm laughing because this is a challenging shape, but we're ready for it. We're going to just explore and see how it goes. So we're going to start to shift the body weight forward into that right foot. Peel that left heel off the mat. Walk your blocks forward. Walk your hands forward. And then we're going to float the left foot off the floor. So you're coming up into this airplane pose supported with your hands on your blocks for now. Your left hand can stay where it is for balance. Your left knee bends, your heel bone squeezes towards the glute. You've been here before in tabletop. Now, see if you can reach your right hand back. Maybe you're making a connection hand to foot. Okay, so right hand might be holding the inner left ankle. And then you might play, if you've got that, you might play with the balance here. Woo. Maybe you bring your left hand up to your chest. And if you're rolling around and struggling with that balance like I am, just keep your left hand grounded on a block or a table in front of you or the floor. Okay, hand to foot connection, not required, totally optional. You can just be reaching back in space, squeezing that heel towards the glute. Wherever you are, let's release out of that. Extend your left leg back behind you. We're going to take a soft landing into warrior two. So warrior two, remember, chest opens to the side of the mat, arms spread wide. Big breath in here. On our exhale, press that right leg straight again. Parallel your feet. Bring your right foot to match your left foot. Parallel your feet. Spread your arms out wide. Take your hands behind your back. Maybe you're interlacing your fingers to your webbing. And if you don't have that, you can certainly just keep your hands on your waist or knuckles at the low back. We're going to hinge forward from the hips and forward fold between the legs. Any arm variation you like here. This interlace of the hands to the webbing is just an option. If you're feeling like you need hands underneath the shoulders for balance, please feel free to take it there. Okay, now we're going to halfway lift in our forward fold, crawl ourselves forward back to the top of the mat. Your right foot is still forward in your lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. If you really want a vinyasa flow there, you can take that. You can shift forward to chaturanga, up dog, or maybe tabletop cat and cow is a great alternative. And then meet me back in your downward facing dog shape. And then second side. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Pivot that right foot flat. It's about 45 degrees. We're going to keep a bend in our left knee. Rise up, warrior one. Warrior one, see if you can square your shoulders forward. Let your hips kind of splay out to a 45-degree angle. Maybe deepen the bend in that left knee. Inhale here. Exhale here. Let's inhale, reach forward. Hands can find those blocks. Find that halfway lift as you lengthen out through your left leg. So straighten out through your left leg, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your left leg. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over the left leg. Let's come into our standing balancing shape with our twists. So we're going to shift that body weight forward to the left foot. Walk the blocks and the hands forward. So we have a little tripod. Flip the right foot off the mat. Highly recommend having something underneath the hands so your hands can come down to something to help you balance on, but you're not really having to get to the floor. Now start to bend the right knee. Roll the body weight to the inner edge of your left foot. You can reach back with your right hand, and you might be able to catch the inner edge of that right ankle. And then if you've got that and you want to try for the whole balance just on that left foot with this twist, which sounds insane, I know it's challenging, you could maybe float the right hand off the block. Maybe try bringing it up to the heart. Not an easy thing to do, so don't feel bad if it doesn't happen for you today. Wherever we are, let's extend that right leg back. Soft landing in our warrior two. Take a moment, pause, and settle there. Press that left leg straight, pivot your left foot, parallel with your right foot. Another opportunity for a wide-legged forward fold. Option to take the interlace of the hands to the webbing behind the low back. Press the hips back as you hinge forward over your legs. Don't feel bad if you can't interlace the hands and extend them overhead. Maybe just take the hands to the waist. You can always reach behind you for opposite forearms. And if you're wanting balance, if you're feeling like you need a counterbalance, hands just underneath the shoulders. One more breath here. Let's inhale, halfway lift. And we'll start to crawl our way forward, lunge to the top of the mat. Step back to your downward facing dog. Pause there, big breath in. Big breath out. Set your knees to the mat, press your hips to the heels. Stretch your arms forward. If you would like to take this variation of child's pose, you can keep walking your elbows forward. Bend your elbows. Let the thumbs rest at the nape of the neck. Let's take 2 breaths here. If you've bent the elbows, release that. We'll make our way all the way onto our back and we'll settle into our final Shavasana. If you enjoyed how we began our practice, you could return to that here with the soles of the feet together, the knees bent out to the sides, the hands resting at the rib cage and the belly, shoulders drawing down the back. Inhale deeply. Long, smooth exhale. Imagine letting it all go, letting it all rest. Shavasana. For those of you that have a hard stop at the half-hour mark, now is the time. For those of you that can stay just a little bit longer, we'll end with a breath practice. You can do this where you are laying down on your back. If you would prefer to come to an upright seat, you can start to make your way there, nice and slow. I recommend sitting on a prop if you are coming to an upright seat so that your seat is supported. So Brahmari breath will be the focus for our pranayama for the next several weeks. That's an inhale through the nose. The exhale is a hum, a gentle hum at the back of the throat. It kind of sounds like a bumblebee, which is what Brahmari means in Sanskrit. All right, so deep breath in. Nice long breath out. And we'll begin Brahmari breath. Inhale through the nose. Your exhale is your hum. Take as long as you need to exhale. And when you're ready, again, inhale. 3 more times like that. Deep breath in. One more round. Let go of Brahmari breath. If you'd like to close your practice with me, joining the hands together at the heart and bowing the chin into the chest, taking a moment to offer reverence and gratitude. May we use the fruits of this practice to serve our highest good, to reach our highest potential, and share it with those around us that we love and who could use healing. Together, may we remember to send love and healing to all sentient beings. May they be happy. May they be free. Namaste.